Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for taking some time out to sit and talk with your girl for a minute. Today it's a very chill, relaxed video. I just wanted to chat with you guys today. I am currently snowed in with my kids and my mom. So that's the kind of mood I'm in. But today I just wanted to really just have some girl talk. There are some things I want to share with you about my post divorce healing process. It's hard to really know what to expect. It's kind of one of those things you don't know unless you're in it. And since I've been through it, I want to share some wisdom with you on today. Is that all right? The post divorce experience is not only just about healing a broken heart or grieving what you thought the marriage would be or how things were going to play out, but it's also trying to navigate parenting, healing. If you own a business, trying to navigate your business, you are navigating a lot of different moving parts, and it can be a lot. And nobody really warned you about these things, and I don't think it's intentional. I just think most people don't even think to say, oh girl, wait a minute. You may want to look out for this, or you may want to brace yourself for this, you know. So to keep that from happening or from other people having the same experience, if you're listening to this and you're also going through a post-divorce experience or you're going through your healing journey, I want you to know that you are not alone. And some of the things I'm going to share today, you're probably like, yup, exactly. So I'm hoping that this video is really helpful for you today. Point number one, peace and loneliness can exist at the same time. You can have peace, but also feel lonely. The peace comes and it's like, oh, I'm so grateful I don't have to be in fight or flight mode all the time. I'm not over explaining or overextending or overperforming anymore. I can just rest in who I am. And you can be in this great state of peace where it's just like, oh, like a deep breath at last, right? But then also can feel this deep need to be in a relationship, to desire companionship, to feel like I'm alone. Even though this is the most peaceful I've been, this is the quietest it's ever been for me. And both can be true without something being wrong. It doesn't mean that you made the wrong decision just because you're feeling lonely. It doesn't mean that you made the wrong decision just because now you have peace, but there's a emptiness that you feel at the same time. Doesn't mean anything. Both can be true. Point number two, healing shows up in how you date. As a result, you begin to date differently. I'm in a season now where I'm dating and I'm open again and my heart is ready to receive. But I'm noticing how much I've healed just based on how I'm dating. It's looking like me setting clear boundaries and not wavering on them, not moving the mark just because I don't want to seem like I have too many requirements, or I don't want to seem like I'm asking for too much, or I don't want to seem like I'm being unrealistic. So let me kind of step back on my boundaries a little bit, or let me let my guard down before I'm ready, because I don't want to lose this person's interest. My healing is really shining through in the way I'm showing up for myself while I'm dating. I'm still staying aware of how I feel. I'm still checking in with myself. In the past, I feel like a big part of the reason why I ended up in the relationship I ended up in was because I self-abandoned often. And now that I've gone through this healing journey, and healing isn't linear, it's not like a destination. It's not like, boom, you're healed, so now you're perfect. That's not the case at all. But I'm just at a point in my journey now where I see, oh, look at you. You doing better. Like, you're not self-abandoning. You're still checking in with yourself. You're still, keeping your eyes open for red flags, even though you may be enjoying this person. You haven't lost yourself in the midst of it all. When you're dating from a healed place, you're not abandoning discernment just because you got chemistry. You're not ignoring red flags just because he a vibe. And if you're dating from an unhealed place, you might let some stuff slide. You might be like, yeah, my gut is telling me he's shady, but he cute. So, point number 3 and point number 1 kind of go together. But desire doesn't just disappear because you're healed. Normalize wanting companionship and wanting affection. There's nothing wrong with having that desire. You may feel like I'm supposed to be past this, or I shouldn't even still desire companionship because I'm supposed to be over it. And no, we're wired to want companionship. We're wired to want somebody to share our life with, somebody to partner with. That's just how God created us. So it's not like you failed because you still really do want a relationship, even though you may be trying to heal from one, or you're in the process of going through post-divorce trauma. It's nothing wrong with that. It's like that's human. That's the human part of you. And you haven't failed. You're not failing. You're not healing wrong. There's no right way to heal. I know there's a lot of people who share rules. You need to do this, you need to do that, and this is how you heal from a breakup. But truly, everybody is different, and there's no wrong way to do it. Now, it can be some unwise ways or some maladaptive ways to heal. Like that saying where you get over one, you get up under another one, or I forgot how it goes. But basically it's saying to get over it, you get somebody else. I don't think that's wise. I think that's maladaptive. But, don't feel bad if you desire companionship. Wanting love does not mean that you lack faith or you're not as connected to God as you thought you were. Wanting to have companionship or to have a mate doesn't mean that you lack self-control. It doesn't make you any less holy because you can't live single. You might not be Paul, and that's okay. You don't have to be. And maybe God did create you for companionship. That's not everybody's gift. That ain't everybody's ministry. Some people don't want to be single, don't desire to be single, and never will desire to be single. Don't feel like you lack self-control or you lack faith just because you still desire to be in relationship with somebody, even after divorce. Healing doesn't mean you stop wanting connection. It just means that you're more intentional about it. Point number 4, you get to meet yourself again. Like during this post-divorce experience, you get to know who you are. You've gone through a lot. Maybe you've had kids during that marriage. Maybe you've grown a business during that marriage. Maybe you've become a completely different person and you just got to take time to get to know who you are again. You've abandoned yourself for so long that you don't even know what you like and don't like. Now is the time where you get to figure all that stuff out and just explore who you are as an individual and not as a wife or a coupled person. You get to know, who am I without survival mode? Who am I if I'm not always in fight or flight or trying to earn love or work for affection? Who am I if I'm not doing those things? You get to know who you are without having to prove your worth. Some people don't know what it's like to just be. Like, I don't have to put on, I don't have to perform, I don't have to always be striving. I can just be myself. What is that like? You learn how to trust yourself again. You learn how to trust your gut, to listen to the unctions of the Holy Spirit. When you feel something's off, you get to listen to it. I think when you're in a relationship that is unhealthy, a lot of times you have to gaslight yourself. And as a result, you do it for so long that you stop trusting your own self. You stop trusting your gut. You stop trusting, like, is this the right decision? And when you're alone and you're in that post-divorce healing process, you get to really trust you. And lastly, for point number 4, you get to choose peace over urgency. You don't feel rushed. It's not like, oh, I got to hurry up. I got to do this. I got to do that because I'm working to prove that I deserve this person. So I got to rush. I got to hurry up. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me make sure this is done. The urgency is gone. It's just peace because it's just you or just you and your kids. It's like, you know what? I don't have to cook every single day. That's not necessary. And I'm still a good mom. So let me chill. Let me stop rushing and ripping and running. Let me just slow myself down and get my nervous system in check and see how I feel. Do I have the capacity to even cook dinner today? No, I don't. I'm running on fumes. So we stopping at Chick-fil-A. And that's okay. But these are all things that you can experience during your post divorce healing process, and it doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. It doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong, friend. And my last point is you move differently now. Again, you're not rushing. You're pacing yourself. You're taking your time. You're checking in with your body. You're checking your capacity constantly, because now you're taking better care of yourself. Now you're doing the work on you. It's less forcing. You don't want to do anything that is going against what you feel here. It's like, this don't feel right. Nope, not going with it. You begin to move differently. You handle all situations differently as a result. You're doing more of listening to your body, listening to God, checking for red flags, checking for convictions. And you can be truly honest in the way that you live, because you're not lying to yourself anymore. You're not trying to convince yourself that things are better than what they actually are. You're not trying to do mental gymnastics to explain away toxic events, because you're doing the work. Okay, I'm learning to let God lead the way and not be so attached to outcomes, to take everything one day at a time. It doesn't have to go picture perfect. I don't know what God has in store for me next, but I'm letting him drive the bus. I let go of the wheel. Jesus has taken the wheel officially. And I'm letting him do what he wants to do through me. And living that way has brought me so much peace and so much joy that I can't even express in words. Seriously, I know that sounds cheesy, but it's true. So if you watched this video and you can relate to anything I said, drop something down in the comments below, or just simply put a heart in the comments below if you've been through post-divorce healing, a post-divorce process, and you like, yeah, I felt all those things. Drop a heart in the comments and let's chat, okay? Until next time, I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.